Welcome to The Direct Line, the official podcast for OADSP. We're excited to have you here with us today, and if you have comments, suggestions, or if you want to join us in studio as a guest, reach out to me at podcast@oadsp.org.
I'm David Rustio, and today I'm speaking with Eric Robinson. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Good to be here.
How are you today?
I'm all right. About yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. So, Eric, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I am a husband to my beautiful wife of 8 years.
Okay.
I have 3 wonderful daughters, Jalen 19, Ayana 10, Isabella 9. In my spare time, I am a avid sports fan. Everything Cleveland Browns, Guardians, Ohio State, Cavs. Love my sports.
Wait, is it the Ohio State?
It is the Ohio State University, yes.
I want to make sure I got the right school.
That would be correct. I also, in my spare time, am a middle school football coach here in town at Fremont Middle School. We just finished up our season Wednesday, won our playoff game, so finished our season 4-4 this year, which was a 2-game improvement from last year.
Okay.
Going into next year, I'll be dropping back down to 7th grade and sticking with the boys for another 2 years again. So it's going to be a great opportunity. I also am a workout enthusiast.
Obviously.
For the past 3 years, have been a coach at my CrossFit gym, CrossFit 1926 here in Fremont, Ohio.
Okay.
Just recently obtained my L2 certification back in February. So I tend to coach anywhere from 2 to 3 classes a week.
Okay.
I attend myself 5 classes a week, working out 6 days a week.
Yeah, I'm terrified at the thought of that. So for people like me, what is CrossFit?
CrossFit is constantly varied movements, judged across multiple domains. Basically, it's everyday movement,
Okay.
squats, presses, reaching for something, deadlifts, bending over to pick something up, but we add a little bit of intensity behind it. So you could take for example, our workout this morning. We did a partner workout where we started off with 40 push-ups,
Okay.
synchronized, so that's your pressing motion there. We went into 80 air squats synchronized, so that's if you can imagine, sitting down on a toilet, getting up, that's your squats there. Into your bench press, that is your pressing motion again. Then we had what's called a wall ball, which includes a squat and a press throwing a ball to a target. So that's your accuracy there, reaching to grab something up high, throwing it or catching something like you're tossing your baby in the air. Then you worked your way back down.
Don't do that.
Yeah, my wife used to always yell at me when I would do that. Then you work your way back down the ladder. So constantly varied, broad domain, time.
Sounds like you're a busy man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So outside of all of that, what do you do for a living?
I am the Director of Technology Services for WinReath. So my role in that position, I am the direct point of contact between SSAs and county boards.
Okay.
So I work with the SSAs to schedule meetings to do assessments for individuals that they serve in the community.
Okay.
So what that looks like is an SSA will come to me. They'll be looking for some kind of either remote support or assistive technology to try to help their individual gain more independence. So through the meetings, through a series of questions, through talking with the individuals, if I can, with the families, caregivers, guardians, I address the needs and prescribe technology that will help them in their everyday lives gain that independence.
So for those who don't know, what does remote supports mean, or what does it do?
Remote supports is essentially replacing in-person staff, someone that can touch, feel, look at you, with someone that can do it remotely.
Okay.
So what that means is we have a monitoring center that is set up where if we are actively remote monitoring somebody, that person will get alerts from, say, sensors that are on a door, sensors that are on a window, sensors that are on a cabinet or a refrigerator. that will send that signal back to our monitoring center to let us know what is going on with that home. So essentially, remote support is replacing in-home staff.
Okay. And these are all things that would be in the ISP, right?
Correct.
So there might be a reason that staff want to know if somebody gets into the refrigerator,
Correct.
right?
Like we do have some individuals that have eating disorders like Prader-Willi's.
Sure.
So that is where someone will just go and consume food, not necessarily be hungry. So in those situations, while we're monitoring, we may have a sensor on that refrigerator. As soon as that sensor goes off, we get that alert. We have a two-way communication device set up in the home. We're calling that in, and we're asking that person, hey, what's going on? We're not supposed to be in there.
Sure. Now, I sometimes go to the fridge and eat when I'm not hungry. Does that mean I have Prader-Willi?
No.
Okay.
No. That just means you have an urge at that time to either have that sweet that you put off earlier in the day.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking when you were talking about that this is every man. Mm-hmm. Every male goes to the refrigerator when they're not hungry. So.
Right. I tend to do it all the time. All the time.
So tell us about the place you work where you help provide these services.
So let me start here. I came into this company, as Jared had talked earlier when we were discussing, on the security side. Mm-hmm. I was program manager for RSS, which is the security side of the business. And I call this God's work here. My 9-year-old daughter has autism.
Okay.
So the opportunity came up for me to step in this role where I could offer services to that community.
Okay.
And be able to help out that community because of the experiences that I have when I talk to some of these families, when I talk to some of these county boards, when I talk to some of these SSAs, I can relate because I know some of the things that they are going through.
Sure.
So I say it's God's calling because he put me in that position to be able to help. And it gives me fulfillment coming to work every day when I have a calendar full of meetings for the day that I am able to talk to these people. I am able to go to technology fairs or to county boards and actually interact and talk and meet with some of these people. Some of the SSAs, some of the families, some of the guardians, some of the in-home staff that are serving the individuals in that community. It just gives me a great sense of joy and pride.
What kind of response do you get from people when they come and see the technology and especially if they haven't been familiar with it?
If they haven't been familiar with it, it's kind of like wow, I didn't know that was out there. In the field that I'm in, technology is scary. If you haven't been around it, it's scary. So what we try to do is we try to make it less scary. We try to show the pros that technology can do, how it can help out. We have a tech hub that is set up above the office building that I work at, where we have invited county boards to come and tour to kind of see this type of technology, some of the adaptive equipment that we can put out there. And the responses that we have gotten from those county boards, because we do ask for feedback.
Sure.
A lot of them are just, wow, didn't know that some of this stuff existed, didn't know that, there were different types of med minders. We thought that there were just ones that could stay in the homes, not some that could be portable. We didn't know that there's a direct connection between an iPad and the monitoring center, that's a live person there all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're there.
Right.
So through that, we've been able to branch out and kind of take away some of those fears that are around technology and know that technology is here to help.
What if somebody says, I don't want cameras in my home? What do you do? What do you talk about?
Well, if it relates to remote support, we try to let them know that the cameras aren't on all the time. If we're not actively monitoring, those cameras are off. Plus, those cameras aren't looking at any livable areas unless it's specified in the ISP if there's kind of like a safety concern.
Sure.
90% of the time, those cameras are pointed at a door so we can see staff leaving staff coming or while we're actively monitoring, if they have a visitor, we can see who's coming and who's going if that person is supposed to be there.
Okay, so cameras only when and where needed.
Right, correct.
And then what other technology is used?
Other technologies that you use, like let's focus on remote support here. We can go MedMinders can be used. So those devices are used for medication, for help reminders with that for individuals that have trouble adhering to a schedule.
Sure.
We can also link that with an iPad to where we can call in during that scheduled time. So say they take medications at 10, 12, 2, and 4. We'll do a check-in call when that medication is supposed to be dispensed, make sure it's dispensed, physically watch them take it, and document it.
Okay. So services that we know they need, just based on their history, you're not only reminding, but if need be, you're watching.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we've talked a lot about techie stuff and your sports ball stuff. And,
Oh, yeah?
so give us a story about you and somebody that has impacted you or somebody you impacted.
Let's go back to when I actually first took on the position. One of the bigger jobs I was part of was out of the Toledo area. The young girl's name, Zoe Hamblin. Her family was looking for devices that they could use, number one, for two-way communication between her and her family, mom, dad, sister, and then things that she could use to automate the house, like an Alexa device that she could put in and like turn a thermostat up or turn lights on or turn TVs on or
Sure.
call mom, call dad. So this was one of the first jobs that I actually went on site to see what was going on. You know, met with the SSA, met with the family, got a plan in place of what technologies we were going to use. We set up Amazon Alexa devices with some cameras in their homes. So when I got on scene, one of the techs was working in the living room setting up the Alexa device. And when I tell you, this little girl's smile, when she smiles, could light up a room. When she saw that Alexa device come on and it said, "Hi, Zoe, how can I help you?" And she told it to do something and it did that, that smile, I will never forget that. And that feeling I felt at that point in time told me that, yes, this is what I was called to do.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Eric, for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I appreciate your talking to us and your smile.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I'm not going to join a CrossFit team. That sounds too hard for me. But
No, it is completely, the nice thing about CrossFit is anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. From that 12-year-old to that 90-year-old over here, anybody can do it. It's completely scalable to any level.
well, I probably can't do it unless my Chihuahua can help and do it too.
Hey, we have gym dogs.
I have no doubt. Thank you, Eric. You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, and join us next time on The Direct Line.